Ahead, on the mark, Zuckerberg relating to employees, and from artillery to architecture later in the show. Welcome to 3 Times Square this Friday from Reuters World Headquarters in New York. Leaders know they have to relate to those they lead.
I feel your pain absolutely.
I feel your pain.
Mark Zuckerberg is reportedly getting the same message. The Wall Street Journal says the Facebook CEO has started addressing the company's stock price with employees. The paper says he told a company-wide meeting this month it may be, quote, painful to watch the share price fall. Fall the stock did Thursday after the expiration of the lockup restrictions on 270 million shares, closing at 1987. It's now up just a hair, about 19.95. From Facebook to Twitter, and the folks there tightening nooses rather than belts, making the company our power player of the day. The social media site clamping down on independent software developers who make apps for Twitter, like Tweetbot, in an effort to take greater control of their platform. New third-party apps must now cap their user base at 100,000. Twitter trying to move users away from these apps and onto Twitter-sanctioned programs to better serve their advertisers and measure their performance. Last month, Twitter ended a deal that allowed tweets to be shown on LinkedIn. The whale at JP Morgan and the LIBOR probe may hurt Wall Street bonuses this year. That according to a report from compensation consulting firm Johnson Associates. But don't feel too bad for the bankers and brokers. The firm estimates the bonuses will still rise up to 5% this year, which is less than half the gain it projected in May. Executives could see bonuses climb 10%, while bond traders could pull in twice that. The story a bit brighter for retailers, literally. Gap saying strong sales of bright-colored jeans contributed to a nearly 30% jump in quarterly profit. It also raised its forecast for the year. While Ann Taylor said its bright-colored clothes helped it report another strong profit. Sales rose 7%. Checking the shares now. Gap is up about 2.5%, and Ann Taylor up about 17.5%. The brightness in Europe being attributed to Angela Merkel. Our Jamie McGeever joins us from London. Jamie, Angela Merkel? Fill us in.
Yes, indeed, although I have to start off and disappoint you perhaps, Angela Merkel wasn't wearing any of those brightly coloured jeans. But in her first public comments since she came back from holiday, she told reporters in Canada that ECB President Mario Draghi's famous declaration to do whatever it takes to save the euro was completely in line with her thinking. Of course, this would involve buying short-dated and Spanish Italian bonds. This is exactly what markets wanted to hear, but you suspect that her assertion, her going along with this completely in line, quote, taken strictly at face value, might not tell the whole story. Of course, Germany, as we know, opposed to ECB unconventional policies. Much more to come on that next week when we will have a series of meetings between Merkel herself and her counterparts from Greece, Italy, France and Spain. So much more to come on that next week.
All right, Jamie, thanks so much from London. And finally, getting hawkish on architecture? Unmanned aerial vehicles, or drones, usually used in combat, are now being developed for a kinder, gentler task, studying historic buildings and landmarks. The University of Granada in Spain working with Intelligenia Dynamics to build drones that look to boost our interest in buildings rather than tear the structures down. The drones are equipped with 3D imaging and a GPS and are manned by architecture-loving humans on the ground. That's the latest from 3 Times Square this Friday. You can follow us on Twitter at Reuters Insider and check out our Reuters YouTube channel at Reuters.com/ReutersTV. I'm Lisa Bernhard. This is Reuters.